blue, strips on them still new. Shopping at Dover Street, I'm dripping like mildew. They say you don't visit the hood, dog, I still do. A real one, only difference, my bill's bigger. I'm still with ya, I just got rich a little quicker. The same man, God handed me his game plan. I ain't perfect, far from it, what can I say, man? I feel unstoppable, losing's impossible. Go against the team, the thing they know not to do. Bright lights, game on the line, do what I gotta do. Time after time, we do the impossible. It felt like yesterday, I was just driving my grandma's Chevrolet. From South Carolina to Maryland, I take the jet today. I'm still on the come up, I'm still building my resume. I still got a lot to prove, but still I'm heavyweight. I still gotta watch my moves. They try to defamate my character, but I won't let them. It's always checkmate.
It's Madden NFL 23, and this one features Trevor Lawrence. After his last game, now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Jaguars and the Jets. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State at TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the New York Jets and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Jaguar team. They've handled all comers through the first 3 months, a perfect 12-0. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. Fielded just outside the goal line. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They're led out by a former #2 overall pick in the draft from BYU and Zach Wilson.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more... this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
Here's Wilson to throw right away. And his first pass is incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. That's complete. It's a line. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Jags grab it.
Hey, we're never up to the days of just getting a fumble recovery. Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are now a terrific opportunity inside the 5. So here are the Jaguars in great field position already. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. And they'll run with Etienne. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Once more, Etienne. And this time he's not going anywhere. In fact, he'll lose yardage back to the 3. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Sometimes in the run game, you can make the argument that quickness beats size. And how about the example right here?
They'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Etienne will score. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
They decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times that's a passing play.
The kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it was capped off by a Travis Etienne touchdown run. Taking it about the 1. Well, now how about this return? And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 30. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Wilson. And he wisely will throw that one away. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Wilson. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Trayvon Walker racking up sack. For him on the year. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowski to punt this one away. And he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. And a Jacksonville offense on their way out again as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. As of this moment, as pretty much everyone knows, they sit alone in that top spot. But nothing is guaranteed. They haven't even clinched the playoffs. So a good start, but a long way to go.
And you know a blunt veteran inside their locker room has stood up at one point or another and said, you know all this means nothing so far. We've got to cover this, get it done. What do we want to be? It's like winning a title in August, right, in preseason. Doesn't count. Let's go ahead and get this thing done.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Now Lawrence on first down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. The partner of this offense, 12-0 now on the year following their latest victory. And during the week, a lot of folks making comparisons between this squad and the 1985 Bears. You know, they too were 12-0 at this juncture of the season before losing on a Monday night, 38-24 to the Dolphins at the Orange Bowl way back on December 2nd. And he coughed it up, and it's scooped up by the Jets. He's got room at the 30. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He really flew to the football.
And one thing about a play like this, if it's slow to develop, it can turn out poorly. And this play was definitely slow in developing. And that was one heck of an effort to sprint over there and get the man down before he could make anything happen.
And this pass broken up. Contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Gonzalez's kick is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a first-and-goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding the 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
Jacksonville set to go again offensively. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive, a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the shotgun, Lawrence. And Ingram holds it in. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Lawrence. Finds his tight end Ingram. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Lawrence on 3rd down. Man open, it's Turner. He's got it. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A little football 1-on-1 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him, and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Well, you hate that defensively. They had it pretty well corralled, but the face mask, that obviously changes things.
Yeah, it's a bit frustrating because you feel like you did everything right. You had him stop, but the hand gets up just a little too high, and the natural inclination is to hold on, and that's going to get called every time.
Now Lawrence. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter. But that time, they were up to the challenge.
This is caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Evan Ingram with touchdown number 8 on the year. And they're able to add on to their advantage.
We're still in the first quarter, but it's apparent they're going to have to come up with a different defensive game plan for him because right now he's kind of having his way against that defense and has added a touchdown to the list. How do you slow him down? They're going to have to mix up some coverages, maybe change who's guarding him.
Extra point right down the middle, and that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync. Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Foreseeing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going into the quarterback on the expected passing situation.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to really be incomplete.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. Again, get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. Pulled in at the 24. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Evan Ingram works his way back onto the field with the rest of this offense. And the previous drive put him up over 1,000 yards for the season. So now it's what you like to refer to, my friend, as gravy time, right?
It is. I mean, he's done it, right? He's accomplished the goal. So the good players, they relax a little, they bask in it, they think this up. Set out to do. The great players decide to push that number as high as they possibly can. I don't expect him to have any let up in his game the rest of the way.
Great thing if you're on the opposite side. He's such a weapon. He just opens things up for the other guys around him.
Yeah, if you're the opposite receiver, you should expect a few passes come your way too, because I've got to get coverage in his direction.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll run with Etienne. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. 43 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. After one, a 14-3 ball game. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Lawrence. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown! Evan Ingram with his second touchdown here in this first half, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And it's 21-3. 5 plays there on that drive. And England able to finish it off with a touchdown reception. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And New York set to take the field. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Wilson and Moore there for a Jets first.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time you wait for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And some room to run now. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy is made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. From the 25 on 2nd down. Wilson got his man complete over the middle. That's Wilson. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Hunt will try going up the middle. He will push his way down to about the 14. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On the Jets sweep, here comes Moore. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now Wilson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the Jets are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence. And that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now it's Wilson. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. C.J. Uzomah from 4 yards out. And the Jets get a bit closer. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and it makes the score 21-10. A 10-play drive that time, and it ends with a Jet touchdown. This one taken just inside the 10. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Jacksonville offense gets the ball back. Travis Etienne and company head back out there.
And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
From the 27, Lawrence. This one into the hands of Ingram downfield. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Oftentimes now offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just saw receivers find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
The linebacker C.J. Mosley in on the stop.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
From the 36, Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Another tote for Etienne.
And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Looking to throw, Lawrence.
Over the middle, it's complete.
And the Jaguars are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Lawrence, now this is Etienne on the draw.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
Second down and goal. Lawrence. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Kadarius Toney from 4 yards out. And the Jags will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told.
And it's Kadarius Toney who caps things with a touchdown reception. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. There's the versatile back, Kareem Hunt, getting set with the rest of this offense for the next drive.
And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Could do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play caller.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
First and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again here, Wilson. They'll go screen here to Hunt. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down. Wilson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here's Mitch Wishnowski now. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken at the 18. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. And some space here. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Here's Lawrence to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. So we hit the... All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Jaguars ready to get going to start quarter number 3. And Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead now, a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, and believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it is really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense. It is working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them too.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
Hey, exit. Hey, hold it.
Lawrence will throw. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Hands it off out of the gun. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
From the 41, Lawrence. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Jaguars. Evan Ingram, his 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive of 4 plays. And Evan Ingram able to finish it off with a touchdown reception. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC as the Jets come back out on offense. A CD after this game, there will be 4 weeks left in the regular season. So this is far from the final version of what we'll see come January, more of a first draft, if you will, as all these teams fight for a better position.
And you pointed it out so accurately there, Brandon. After this game, 4 weeks left in the regular season, and then the playoffs officially begin. But for some teams, trying to fight to make it to the playoffs, they're actually in a playoff push right now. And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
From the 27, Wilson. Open man here is Conklin. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Over the middle, complete. That's Hunt. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. A lot of ground left to make up, obviously, a lopsided contest, and we're already in the third quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard, because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out.
From the 31, Wilson swings this out for Hunt. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
They'll get this down to the 21, just on the edge of the red zone.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They run again with Hunt, and he is close to a first down as he's tackled at the Jaguars' 15-yard line. 58 yards rushing for him now to this point. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process.
I like this focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need one. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. Third quarter action from Jacksonville. To throw is Wilson. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
And the throw here, that's complete. And boy, he is very close to a first down. If you're not spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down. Now Zane Gonzalez for the field goal try. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Gonzalez's kick is good, and they're back within 3 scores as it's now a 22-point game. So they're content to take the 3. Somewhat of a conservative call there, opting not to go for it on 4th and inches.
And that's from a team that you and I know is not usually playing it close to the vest. It's a little bit of a surprise that they opted for the 3 instead of going for it.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. Well, the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
On second down, a run with Etienne. And some room to work. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Jaguars. Travis Etienne, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns.
what he's doing is control. He wants to continue to do so.
No going for two. They'll kick the point after. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And a long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The New York set to take the field. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league where we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Well, it's second down, right back to Hunt. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Jags are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing the... left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Look at 19! Cadillac!
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. He'll take it inside the 25.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Jacksonville. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On second down, they'll try and run the counter. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line. This offense on third down today, a perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. And his kick is good. And they will extend their lead even further. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal winner.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field. But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Wilson's throw here into the hands of Moore. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Now Wilson. He finds his man complete. That's Brewer. He'll get it inside the 20 and all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Over 30 yards there, and first downs on 3 consecutive plays now. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. From the 5 now, 2nd and a yard. Handoff up the middle, Hunt. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
So it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
Here's Wilson. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. It could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
They run for it with Hunt. Now he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Kareem Hunt, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that will cut this lead down to 25.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go.
And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
So 4th quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. He finds Douglas complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return.
And the Jets will take over. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10.
At their 36-yard line. Here's Wilson. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Here's 2nd and a yard.
Now it's Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Wilson.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. This is Hunt on the draw play.
75 yards on the ground for him so far.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
From the 36, Wilson. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Going for it all.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
To throw again on 2nd down, Wilson.
He's got the connection to Moore.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review of this being this. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw as this play will stand as is.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. And it'll be intercepted.
Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jaguars will take over here at their I get it, Charles. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Down big, they just sent their receivers out, let it fly. But the defense, they were ready.
Yeah, and there aren't too many people left in the stadium that couldn't see that coming. But that's not a major criticism at all because you had to try it. What you're hoping for is one of your athletes out-athletes everyone else and makes a dramatic play.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And they take a knee. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Sports cars, what's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.